You're watching The Opinions with Drake.
Good morning and good afternoon. I'm Drake, your host. Today we're gonna talk about the Mickelson Trail, but mainly we're gonna talk about the Burlington Northern Railway. Now, the trail is for any and all of any mobility for the beautiful nature of the Black Hills. Whether you are a hiker, biker, runner, or jogger, or just going for a evening walk. Now, the Mickelson Trail is 109 miles long, stretching through 6 different cities and towns, such as Leeds, Deadwood, Custer, Hill City, Pringle, and even Edmont. Now, if you're on the trail, beware of all these snakes. There has been commonly reports of rattlesnakes amongst the Edmont to the Minnesota area. Now, the trail of the Mickelson was created or completed in the September of 1998. Now, George Mickelson was the 28th governor of South Dakota. During his term, he campaigned for the use of abandoned railways to be turned into trails, what is known today as the Mickelson Trail. Now, this campaign took place during 1941 to 1993. Now, the next topic of discussion we will have here is the Burlington Northern. Now, the Burlington Northern was a major American freight railway operating from 1970 to 1996 for an operation span of 26 years. Now, the Burlington Northern was a company formed or merged together by 4 major railways. Those railways were the Great Northern, the Northern Pacific, and the Chicago Burlington, and the Quincy, Spokane, Portland, and Seattle Railways. Now, different hubs for the Burlington Northern could be found in Chicago, Illinois, the Twin Cities, Lincoln, Nebraska, and even Dallas, Texas. Now, the Burlington Northern has a caboose at the Edmont City Park, and you should go check it out. But if you cannot make it to Edmont, that's fine. I'm sure you can find a Burlington Northern caboose at your local park. Now, the Burlington Northern played a significant role in America's agriculture and energy. And keep in mind that the Burlington Northern was the largest railway network in North America during 1996. Now, the major significance here is when Burlington Northern merged with Santa Fe, becoming BNSF, the major railway we know to this day. Now, on the Burlington Northern Railway were moved such crops like corn, wheat, soybean. With those crops came the fertilizer to grow those crops. Now, along the routes were also transferred lumber for lumber decks. And gosh, how do people get around? Well, one form of transportation was just by train on their trains itself, but another form of transportation was the automobiles, and a lot of automobiles were transferred amongst the rails amongst the Burlington Northern. There's that guy, Mr. James J. Hill. Now, he was born in September of 1838 on September 16th. Now he lived in Rockwood, Iowa until 1856 when he later moved to St. Paul, Minnesota. Now, he was known as the empire builder of the Great Northern Railroad. Now, Mr. Hill, he died 50 years prior to the merge of Burlington Northern. Now, so keep in mind that if it wasn't for Mr. Hill, that there would not be a Burlington Northern because his strategic maneuvers led to the creation of Burlington Northern. Now, Mr. Hill was commonly known for his founding of the Great Northern Railway. Later to come on and take on the Northern Pacific Railway. Later, after all that, gaining crucial access to the Chicago Railways, also known as the Rail Hub. Now, in 1847 was a very tragic day for Mr. James Hill. So during his free time, he was, doing some hunting or target practice, and he had a homemade weapon, a homemade bow, like a bow and arrow. And anyway, well, the bow had snapped in half, causing the arrow to get pushed into his right eye, therefore making him blind since the age of 9. Now, I don't know how that concept necessarily works, but what I do know is that Mr. Hill was blind. It can happen, so be careful. The next guy I will mention is Edward H. Hillman. Now, Mr. Edward was born on February 20th of 1848. Now, he served as a American financier and executive railroad employee. Now, Mr. Hill and Edward Hillman had a feud between the two of them, making each other one of another's arch enemy. Now, they were fighting over the control of the American West Railroad infrastructure. Now, Mr. Hillman was a pioneer of the jiu-jitsu in America. Now, in 1905, he took a trip to Japan to explore his interest in the martial arts, only to bring back a throuple of 6 Japan wrestlers to perform exhibits in America. Now, the next person I want to talk about is Mary Williamson Averell. Now, Miss Averell was married to Mr. Herman, and they were wedded back in 1879. And the two of them went on to have 6 kids in their lifetime. That is 3 times the amount of them. 2, 4, 6. That is all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, make sure to drop a comment down below. And if you like this content and wish to see more, like and subscribe. Now, next week we're gonna be looking forward to the Second Amendment and the American flag and why guns are dangerous. What the colors red, white, and blue represent. Make sure they tune in next week. Also, I will have a special guest, David, joining me. Make sure to tune in, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great day. Thank you.